Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has clarified his difference with the former Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, his once close ally in the PDP G5 Governors group. My apologies, we've brought you that news from before. Now, we will, however, take a guest on that. Now, to discuss this, we have Professor Nnah, who's joining us to have this conversation. Professor Nnah, you're welcome. You heard the story from before, but would like to know from you how significant Governor Makinde's disagreement with Nyesom Wike for the future unity of the PDP ahead of the 2026 elections is.
It was the late Sage that said, in politics, you don't have permanent, you don't have permanent friend, you don't have permanent enemy, you only have permanent interest. So that's what is playing out here. The interest is what is playing out. Recall in 2023 that Seyi Makinde was part of the G5. So they were friends, allies, but things turned out when Wike now want to take over the party as the godfather of the party. After being godfather of Rivers State, he wants to be godfather of PDP. And the disagreement came up. Seyi Makinde has the ambition of becoming the president of Nigeria, and they wanted to contest on the platform of PDP. And from the shenanigans of Wike, it's obvious that he might not be allowed to pick the tickets. So that's why you see that fight. Recall that Makinde insisted that the convention will be held in Oyo, and all of us know when these things happen, what will happen. While he insisted was that if eventually the convention is held in Oyo, just like they did, it means that it is his candidate that will become the chairman of the party, because that's the way it happens. So he did that, but the other faction of the Wike faction now went to court, and the court now began to do what they know best to do, giving orders left, right, and center. This one we give, the other one we give. And the unfortunate thing is that they are courts of concurrent jurisdiction. So it is only after all the fights that some of them are now approaching the appellate court, which is what I felt that they should have done before. Instead of going to high court, this one will go and shop his own judgment in Abuja, another one will go and shop his own judgment in Oyo. Wherever they have judges that they can buy over, they go there and pay and get judgment. Because judgment today in this country, I can say succinctly, without fear of favor, that it goes to the highest bidder. And then they look at the ones, judges that are favorable to them. I'm just happy that the Chief Judge of the Federation has just said that some judges are going to be sanctioned. Please, they have to do that and do it fast. Why do I say so? There is this saying in the scriptures that when justice is not speedily executed, the heart of man is said to do evil. So they have to do that because the judges are not helping matters in this political affair. So back to Makinde. Seyi Makinde did well in Oyo from all intents and purposes. That's not to take anything from Wike equally when he was governor in Rivers State. But you see, during the time, if you have been following the trajectory of politics in Nigeria, you'll discover that towards the end of Obasanjo's tenure, Obasanjo made the governor so powerful. And why did he do that? Because before then, it was the military, the past generals, the past heads of states that were determining what will happen in politics. So that trajectory changed with Obasanjo. That was when Governors Forum was formed. So Governors Forum became the most powerful instrument of choosing who becomes the next president. And that has stayed up to this moment that they have even bastardized the Governors Forum. So we don't know where the pendulum is swinging this time around, but Wike is losing interest or losing power fast from the APC. Recall that even the Fubara today is trying to mock him by saying he will not do corner sponsorship or corner followership. So he's now looking for a way to salvage his political career, because in APC there's no chance for him. They have given Fubara #1 in APC, so he doesn't have a chance there. So that's why he's making a comeback to PDP to see whether he can be accommodated. I listened to them.
Professor Nnah,
was it yesterday or so?
So, Professor Nnah, I'm wondering whether this makes for a good renaissance for the PDP. Makinde's statement here, his insistence on strong opposition, and that opposition being the PDP. Are we seeing a rebirth of whatever is left in the PDP?
No, the PDP can put their ass together. I think yes. Why do I think so? Because they have structures all over the country. Apart from PDP and APC now, there's no other party that have strong structures all over the country. The problem is that the APC leadership has decimated all the other political parties. And I can tell you that for free. You can go to the bank with it. Recall that when the opposition want to regroup with SDP started having problems. They left SDP and went to ADC. The problem of SDP was settled. ADC started having issues. Now, in Osun, the governor left PDP because of the crisis in PDP to Accord. Accord that was not having issues, started having issues. So you can always know. There's a saying in Yoruba that a bird cried in the night and the baby died in the morning. You can say where that is coming. So what is going on is the voice of Jacob and the hand of Esau. So it's something that the PDP should put their hands together. However, I want to say that they can equally form an alliance with another political party to move the opposition forward.
Okay,
that was what APC did in 2019 or 2015, sorry.
All right.
You see?
So, Professor...
They came together. They came together, and you can see now that it's an association of strange bedfellows.
All right. Professor Nnah...
APC is going to implode, mark my words. Towards the election, you will see APC imploding because it's an association of strange bedfellows.
Now, this is well noted. This is noted, Professor Nnah, but we have run out of the allotted time for this conversation. However, I assure you that we'll have this conversation on another platform if you do not mind. Thank you very much, Professor Nnah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Do have a lovely day.
And you too.